Well, hi friends, Doc South here. I got to remember to back up a little bit. There you are. Whew. The um, the other day, this is interesting. It's a new taste treat for you. I found. I'm always on the lookout for things that taste good, might even be good for you. And I think I got a winner here. Yeah, the other day. I was getting ready to go off to work. As you know, when I'm not DJing or writing stories, I work at a local supermarket. And when I'm heading out the door, I always ask Sandy, "Hey, is there anything I need to pick up? What would you like?" She'll have something. Hey, get if they got a sale on yogurt, pick up some yogurt or whatever. Yeah. Well, in this case, she said, "Hey, there's something I've been looking for, and I'm having trouble finding it." She says, it's very tasty, but the different markets I go to, it just doesn't seem I don't seem to be able to find it. I said, "Well, what is it? What are you looking for?" She says, "Well, barley." I said, "Barley? Barley? You're looking for, well, heck, I know where that is." She says, "You do?" I said, "Yeah, of course. It's we got bags of barley in the international food aisle." She says, International? What?" I said, "Well, the Goya company. They make a lot of they provide a lot of the beans and stuff, various legumes and dried grains and such that a lot of times, uh, yeah, people from Mexico, South America, or anyone actually likes cooking with, and they've got it. I've seen barley. Heck, I've put it on the shelf. I know right where it is. In fact, I said that's where I sometimes get your brown rice that I bring you." She says, "Well, I'll be doggone." She says, "Well, pick up a bag of barley." I said, "Well, hey, sweetie, I'm Mr. Got Bucks. I'll get you 2 bags of barley. How's that?" And she said, "Well, good." And lo and behold, right between if you go into the international food aisle, right between the taco kits, taco kits, and the oh gosh, and the taco kits and the chow mein, you'll see there it is, bags of all sorts of grains, from dried split peas to, I don't know, garbanzo beans and all that. It's there's bags of barley. Of course, rice in that section too, and Goya puts this together. Goya has other things too. Some of they have frozen food products. I see in the when I work in the frozen food locker, but it's so I brought it home. I got a couple bags. I don't know. It's something like, yeah, anywhere from about $1.75 a bag to $2 depending. And anyway, I brought them in. I was hail the conquering hero. Sandy said, "Oh man, you found it." I said, "Yeah." I said, "Again, all you got to do, most any supermarket is going to have this. Just go to the International and look for Goya." And she said, "Well, okay." And so I said, "So what's the deal with this stuff?" She says, "Well, I'm going to cook you some up. See what you think." She grabbed she put 1 bag in the cupboard and, I don't know, poured a bunch of, maybe a third of a bag into some boiling water. Says, "You just stand back and wait. Wait till you see this." And when it's all done, now barley, it sort of has, it's sort of a brownish, a very light brown kind of color to it, if I recall right. I don't see anything. Let me look around here. I don't see anything that's quite the color, but it's kind of between off-white and brown in color. But when you boil it, it turns kind of, at least what I saw with what Sandy cooked, when you boil it in plain water, it turns white. And it's these little, it's like rice, but it comes in the form of little balls, almost like ball bearings, but like tiny ball bearings, maybe an eighth of an inch. I would say, yeah, about like that. Okay, once it's all boiled up. And in fact, it kind of looks like, you see where I've made that little square with my, okay, that's sort of the color once you cook it. It's about like that. you got a mess of it in there, and what you do is you eat it like mashed potatoes. You can put gravy on it, butter, cheese. You can throw it into soup. Of course, you don't. It'll boil all on its own in the soup, but the and it has this. It's kind of chewy. Yeah, and actually very very tasty. Of course, you run it through a strainer just like when you do spaghetti. After you've boiled it, and it's I gotta say it's mighty darn tasty. I've been getting it and just putting it in like if I make a stew, I throw some barley in there, and it gives it's it's sort of an elastic kind of texture to it. I mean, eventually, if you chew on it long, yeah, they all, you break them down as you chew them with your teeth, but they are really doggone if barley ain't really tasty. And I've been doing just a little butter and some pepper on it. Yes. And I'm waiting. I'm going to try one day, I think, with some spaghetti. I'm going to boil up some barley and use that instead of pasta. Sandy says it's pretty darn healthy for you. And there you go. Anyway, I thought I'd say when you're at your local supermarket, look into it. Won't cost you an arm and a leg, that's for sure. And you get a mess of barley a lot of barley in a bag. Once that stuff starts boiling, yeah, it does expand. Again, like pasta might do. Anyway, I thought I'd say a word to the wise. You maybe have never tried barley before. I would suggest you give it a whirl. And like I said, treat it like mashed potatoes, or like pasta. You could probably make instead of macaroni and cheese, you could probably have barley and cheese, or put barley in with the macaroni and cheese. You see what I mean? Yeah, yeah. I am. I think you'll see. Is we're going to have to look. Maybe some of you have barley recipes. Let me know. I'll read them on the web here for you. Yeah, share them with everybody. But again, mostly it's just a really different side dish. It's kind of like pastina, but it has more bite to it. Yeah, and with all my crooked teeth, sometimes the barley's God, I could be an hour and a half chewing barley. So many gaps in my teeth, But you'll see. You'll see. Pretty darn tasty. Bye now, friends. Bon appetit.